Hey, what's going on, guys? Richie Fix here, back with another video, and oh my god, the day is finally here. Mr. Lee does a full reveal on Storm Arena's final Street Fighter Alpha 3 figure that they set to release this year, and Sagat could be figure of the year. We're gonna watch the video, we're gonna do a reaction, my overview, and my thoughts, and oh, I can't wait anymore. Let's go. Before we go into the reaction and overview, I have to give a huge shout out to Mr. Lee. Link to his Instagram is in the description below. He does a whole bunch of different action figure photography, reveals, for all sorts of different lines. Main majority of one of the most notorious ones for us being Storm Arena, and thanks to him, we're able to get this content early and do this video today. So shout out to Mr. Lee. Make sure you give him a follow in the Instagram in the link below. Is taking a look at Mr. Lee's reel, and again, shout out to him. Link to his Instagram will be in the description below. That's the size you want to see, a 7'4" to a 5'9". He should absolutely be towering over him like that, and I'm blown away by the sculpt immediately. I knew this was going to be potentially the figure of the year, and it's the one I've been waiting on all year since they've announced it. You can see the box from the size difference there. This is really what I was hoping Yujiro to Baki would be. I mean, granted, it's not a 7'4" to a 5'9", but a 6'3" to a 5'4" is a significant amount of height where you should have him looking up tremendously like that. But again, I don't know why they did that. Storm Collectibles, they didn't do different scaling between the different properties, but that's neither here nor there. We're getting off on the wrong thing here, but I wanted to show that the size is there is pretty much the point of that. So you see the boxes all the same. They're keeping it consistent. You get all the nice, pretty promotional shots, but without their background and put in a nice collage. I like the way they do this a lot better on the arenas compared to the collectible boxes. You get a nice shot from the in-game artwork from the Alpha 3 in the top right corner. He's going to rip this bad boy out, and then this is where the real fun gets. The up-close shots of the figure. I mean, guys, this is... I'm telling you right now, you guys are not taking the pre-order and the sellout seriously enough, as Ryu is now sold out on Big Bad Toy Store, and Storm does not traditionally restock, so I'd like to think that they learned their lesson from the collectibles line and are eventually going to restock, but we can't bet on that, right? So what I'm saying is, if you do not have this pre-ordered, it's $37.99 at Big Bad Toy Store. Do it now, forever hold your peace. This thing could be as much as a Storm collectible when it's all said and done. But look at there, you see it's got the nice cellophane plastic. It comes with the figure, an extra head, extra hands, the effect piece, and then the stand. And then we do get another side-by-side here, and I like this because this is what I wanted to see. Like, granted, it's not, that's exactly a 7'4" to 5'9". He should absolutely be towering, and again, there's not much shading, but there's enough shading here, right? There's definitely more shading here than you'd see on a Jada, but you can see that the muscle tone and everything really takes in those shadows, so it looks like it has a lot more shading than it actually does. But man, this figure just turned out to be everything that I wanted it to be. You do see that he doesn't have that little ab crunch down by the lower abs anymore. They did go ahead and remove that. I guess that's why this figure probably took a little bit longer than I was probably expecting to see this in November. But I mean, we're seeing it here in November, but I was planning on getting it November, but they probably had to make that little change. But look at everything here. Look at the scar. The scar has some nice shading to it. The back here, you got nice wrinkles in the shorts. You do see a little bit of a wash on the bandages as far as his shins and his forearm wraps. And then, I mean, you even get a little bit of shading down the spine there, all the way up to the neck. And then, I mean, what else am I supposed to say here? Just take it in. This looks to be the best figure that they have done to date from the Storm Arena line, and you even get a little bit of a texturing on the wrap there. You can even see it's a little bit dirty. They put a little bit of a wash on the forearm there. You love to see that. And the one thing is, too, is I needed this, right? Because ever since we got those Player 2 exclusives, I've been a little bit cold feet on Storm Arena because the quality was so bad on those. Just so bad. Paint falling off the gi. I could even see, I haven't even opened the purple one, and I see that it's fallen off the knee, but so I'm looking here at the reel to see if I see any type of paint wearing anywhere. I don't see that, and this is the type of figure that gets me right back to comfortability, right back to where I want to be in favor for Storm Arena, because I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said, those player 2s really piss me off at Storm, because one, they don't even have a customer service to complain to or try to get a replacement. But man, it's something like this where it's like, ugh, never mind, forget it, I don't care. This is too good. I can't stay mad. I can't, not with this figure. But guys, I'm telling you now, if you don't have this figure, go get it now. Don't let it sell out, or you're going to be paying about $1.20, $1.30 for this thing on the resale market. And the one thing I do find that I do like as a preference, it's not to say they're better than Jada, but they do get their player 2s out relatively quickly. So maybe early next year, we are going to see a player 2. We are going to see that purple-ism version of this guy. But again, you know, as I sit there and say I hated the QC on the other ones, I can't imagine that they're going to let that happen again. I'm sure the feedback has been relayed to them. If it happens again, then we just need to have a whole nother sit-down conversation, freaking rant video if that ever happens again. But I am going to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. It is their first year, and this would be, now, my grade on Storm Arena as a whole line report card up to this Sagat, without even having the Sagat, is at like a B- because of the freaking horrendous QC with the exclusives. But this could bump it up almost a full letter grade if this turns out to be everything, because everything that I'm seeing here, look at the wash on the shorts. You can definitely see there's a little bit of a black wash there in those blue shorts. But I'm telling you, if this figure looks and performs as good as I'm seeing here in the reel, as far as I don't want to see any paint chipping, I don't want to see anything falling off, I want to see clean paint apps, because I wish I could say it was just the cons that were having paint issues, but my Ujiro was kind of sloppily done in just the paint. Not to the extent where it was falling off, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't very clean everywhere. But I like this effect piece. You can see it's specifically for the leg, and I know a lot of people want the Tiger Flame as he does the pose right there, but I mean, you got Jada's. You can use Jada's. I don't see what the difference are. They look to be one in the same plastic that the effects that they use with the Storm Arenas, so you can use that. And man, just look at it. Look at the sculpt really take in those shadows to where even if it doesn't have shading, because of the deep sculpting, it really takes it in and makes it look like it has that much more shading. And I know a lot of people are going to ask, is this one going to be better than Jada's? I mean, only time will tell, but the sculpt alone, I mean, good God. I mean, I love Jada, you know me, but look at that head sculpt, look at the articulation. It's almost 1-to-1 with Jada's. It'll be interesting to see what we could do articulation-wise with this one compared to Jada's. So that'll be something interesting to do in the review. But look at that head sculpt with the gritting teeth. Turned out absolutely phenomenal. Now, think I mentioned this before, is I was not a big fan of the Alpha 3 rendition of Sagat. Like, he kind of has like an egg head. Like, his head almost comes to like a point, like the cone heads. But it's really grown on me. Even after seeing this reel, like, just everything that, like I said, I'm fanboying out here. And I've almost forgot about the QC issues because this is how much I really wanted this figure. Look, he gets into those deep poses, a nice deep crouch there. If people are able to get this from Big Bad Toy Store, now it says Q4, but I wouldn't count on it. So, if you are wanting this figure this year, you're going to have to go through the eBay, AliExpress, China retailers, and it's probably going to cost you about $80-$90, and I'm only doing that once, right? Because this is my boy. This is the guy. This is the one I spend the big cheddar on. You know, this is my guy, Sagat. This is the big daddy. We had to sell away the Grail this year. We did it, but that's okay because I knew this guy was coming, and it's everything that it looks like I wanted it to be, and then maybe some more. But guys, I'm telling you, if you don't have the pre-order in, don't be stupid, right? I can't say this enough. Like, I literally have 3 pre-ordered, and I'm buying the other one just because I know I'm going to wear the first one out to death. I'm going to have another one. And then I don't know what we're going to do with the other 2. We might just keep them so I can just admire them. But guys, that's the full reel right there. Again, I made it slowed down tremendously to be longer for this video so we could get the full reaction. Again, shout out to Mr. Lee. Link to his Instagram in the description below. We thank him. Without him, we do not get the early access videos and reveals that we get. But just look at that sculptor. Oh, God. And look at, he does this killer photography too, right? So, and he doesn't only do Storm, he does everything. He does Marvel Legends, he does it all. So again, shout out to Mr. Lee. Go give him a follow on the Instagram. And guys, let me know in the comments below. Are you going to go for him this year? Are you going to wait for your Big Bad Toy Store? If you don't have a Big Bad Toy Store pre-order, tell me why you don't. Because I'd be curious to know what the heck is stopping you. As this looks to be, depending if you get it this year or next year, it's going to be a figure of the year top 3, if not number 1 on your list, depending on which year you get it. I promise you that. And, oh man. What a great way to go into a Friday weekend. But other than that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you on the next one. Richie Figs. Later.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh,